one of the smartest guys I know and the president of the Competitive Enterprise Institute.
Like Hubert Humphrey, I talk very fast, and I can hit just of 250 words a minute. Watch out. Okay. No, we're not all socialists, yet capitalism is really in crisis. I think we should all recognize that. And the bumper sticker story, as the congressman just mentioned, is easy. Greedy capitalists operating in a republican deregulated world ran amok, taking money and candy from babies and orphans. Markets have failed, governments must succeed, and certainly there were a lot of fools and frauds operating in the housing markets. But why? Why were there so many, and why housing particularly? Well, there are many factors, but the major element is, as the congressman just alluded to, is that we've moved in a way from the honest socialism of the past, where government actually owned things and was held responsible when they failed, to the mixed economy, dishonest socialism of today. The left, old left, used to say when a new problem came up, new government agencies run by ourselves and we'll spend money wisely. Well, they're not so sure about that. First, those expenses are on budget. Secondly, they are held accountable when they fail. And thirdly, they basically have to get appropriations each year. Much better to leave in place the nominal private sector or create nominal private entities and then assign to them the responsibility of carrying out the political mandates you want to see. In the housing area, we created Fannie and Freddie. Now, that requires at least a boo in this audience. And we and others tried to explain to people what it meant to create an organization that had profit side approach. It could pay Franklin Reigns anything it wanted to do. It could operate like a cowboy in an open plain. But if anything went wrong, you and I were on the hook. It had the moral hazard problem associated with government guarantees for whatever it did wrong. We testified. We were criticized. We were doom and gloomers. We were too negative. They had a high yield. They were loved by the people. They were doing well. They had the best and the brightest running America for our good. What was my problem? Well, I said, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're on the hook. They might, I said, they might even go as much as $200 billion. $200 billion. Weren't we wishing now? And it was all driven by a desire for affordable housing. And we did, in fact, increase housing ownership in America. We went from 64% to 69%, and we brought down the world economy. And housing is not unique. We're doing the same thing in the auto area, the energy area, and others. And these systems are not sustainable. And one thing we know from the Obama administration, they believe in transparency, they believe in honesty, they believe in sustainability. Well, the system we have today, which mixes the worst elements of capitalism and government bureaucracy, is not sustainable. It will bring down the world's economy. It will bring down freedoms if we continue it. Our challenge is to point that out and to bring this administration and America to its senses so we separate the market economy, where you are free to act and you're held responsible, and government, which is our welfare distribution program. Keep them separate, and we might have an economy that all of you will live in. Thank you.
For the record, is there anyone here today that is not a socialist? Raise your hand. Okay. In the spirit of doing more with less, this panel is adjourned.